Mr. President, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to speak on behalf of the European Union. The candidate countries Turkey, Croatia, and former Yugoslav Republic Macedonia, the countries of the Stabilization and Association process, and potential candidates Albania, Montenegro, as well as Armenia, Georgia, the Republic of Moldova, and Ukraine aligned themselves with the declaration. The European Union warmly welcomes the adoption of the resolution Climate Change and its possible security implications, and wishes to express its appreciation for the hard work and extraordinary effort made by the Pacific small island developing states in initiating this resolution and bringing the process to a successful conclusion. The European Union is pleased to note that a large number of countries have joined as co-sponsors. Co-sponsors to this resolution represent all regional groups and levels of development, demonstrating the global recognition of the challenge before us. The European Union would also like to use this opportunity to express appreciation for the spirit of compromise and flexibility demonstrated by all delegations during negotiations, allowing us to reach this landmark result today. The European Union strongly believes that a global response to climate change is a critical element of international relations and will be increasingly so in the coming years, including in its security dimension. The risks posed by climate change are real, and its impacts are already taking place. As this has become a global problem, the EU is advocating a multilateral response. The United Nations system must obviously play a pivotal role in that response. The adoption of this text is also a reminder of the urgent need for common action to fight climate change. The European Union, in this sense, remains firmly committed to reaching an ambitious global climate agreement at the Conference of Parties of UNFCCC in Copenhagen 6 months from now. The impact of climate change on international security is not a problem of the future, but already of today, and one of which will stay with us. Climate change is already affecting the security of nations and populations around the globe. Even if progress is made in reducing the emissions of greenhouse gases, weather patterns have already changed, global temperatures have already risen, and above all, climate change is already being felt everywhere, undermining livelihoods and fostering instability. There is growing evidence that the effects of climate change can exacerbate and catalyze processes leading to tensions and eroding institutions. The UN Security Council held its first debate on climate change and its implications for international security in 2007. The European Union is convinced that now is the time again to focus the attention of the international community on security risks related to the climate change in the multilateral arena. For some countries, climate change is an immediate threat to survival. A number of small island states already face important risks to their territorial integrity due to receding coastlines and submergence of whole areas of their territory. The plight of these states warrants special attention by the world community. That is one of the reasons why the European Union has been supporting this resolution of the General Assembly proposed by the specific small island developing states from the very first draft. But the European Union also sees climate change as a universal threat that will create new security dynamics and risk in all regions, between states and within states, by intensifying conflicts over depleting or scarce resources, by bringing economic damage and added pressure to critical infrastructure, and also by amplifying or triggering environmentally induced migration, thus increasing pressure in international governance. Therefore, many of the most vulnerable developing states and regions will face important additional challenges in achieving stability and sustainable development. New threats to human security will emerge. The European Union's own external policies have evolved to take into account the new security dynamics unleashed by climate change. As the security implications of climate change are clearly of global nature, affecting both developed and developing countries, the European Union believes that by adopting the resolution Climate Change and its possible security implications, the United Nations membership has made a first important step towards considering and addressing security risks related to climate change. We look forward to the comprehensive report by the United Nations Secretary General, which will help to understand and analyze various aspects of this complex issue, and to the attention that the United Nations relevant organs will devote to climate change and its security implications. Thank you for your attention.